Okay, so welcome. 1 second. Okay, welcome everyone. So tonight, like I said, I am going to talk about what I am doing to recruit coaches or potential coaches from the UK. So as you guys know, we are expanding into the UK on October 19th, right? So so you might, say, why am I already recruiting in the UK if they can't sign up, right? Well, a lot of coaches are doing this, right? They're already building big teams. Melanie Mitro, you might be aware, she's already flown herself and all of her, top leaders over the UK to host an event that they had hundreds of people at. I mean, this is why she is the #1 coach in the network, because she thinks big, she starts early, and she goes for it. So we've got to do the same. If we want to, get in and have some coaches sign up and some customers sign up on launch day, if we want to take part in this boom, well, then we've got to start now, okay? So, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely want to get, as many people from the UK to sign up with us as possible, and I hope you guys want them on your team, and, because I want them on our team, and there's different approaches. There are coaches that are going after challengers, right? Just like you run free groups for people in the US, there are coaches that are running free groups for people in the UK. You go into UK groups and you invite them into your free groups or into your challenge groups, and you can start them that way. For me, what I found is people in the UK have been doing Beachbody programs for years. They love Shaun T. Shaun T is a god over there, okay? Like, they don't even call it Insanity. They call it Shaun T. I do the Shaun T workout, but they love P90X. They love, even Autumn and the newer programs too. They have Beachbody on Demand, but they have all the workout programs, right? They just don't have Shakeology, they don't have the performance supplements, and they don't have coaching, right? And so that's what they're getting. So many of them are literally chomping at the bit to become coaches. They are so eager to sign up, and that's why, Melanie Mitro and a lot of these coaches are having huge success, especially coaches that are, in tight with Shaun T, right? They could just go after, his groupies and stuff like that. And, they're getting, huge teams already. So there's an event. So in case you guys didn't know, Beachbody's doing like a kickoff event. It's like a little mini summit. It's going to be 2 days after launch on October 21st. Anybody that you come in contact, get them to go to that event, because that's going to get them psyched up. There's going to be Shaun T workouts. There's going to be morning sessions and evening sessions with Carl and John and all the Jeff and Michael and all the VPs. There'll be coach trainings, and I'm sure coach success stories and everything like that. So it's going to be a really big event. So that's definitely something that you want to, be aware of for when you talk to people, right? And tell them about, that this is available. Also, I've started a team UK pre-launch, coaching page, okay? So this is not for challengers. This is for people that you come in contact with that are from the UK who are interested in learning more about the coaching opportunity. Okay, so we got a group already. There's about 50 people in it already. I know I've been adding people. I know my coach Tom has been adding people. He even started adding people before I did and put me to shame. And I showed Brian when I was down at Brian's. I showed Brian what I was doing, and he started doing it and having success in adding coaches into the group. He already has coaches in the group that are running challenge groups for other UK people. Can you believe it? I mean, it's like these UK coaches are already running challenge groups, getting people signed up with on demand, and they're running challenge groups in Facebook, okay? Even though they're not getting paid for it. So, I mean, this is, you guys, you don't realize how hot this is. Yes, you're not going to make any money right now on it, but if you're smart, you're going to be recruiting these people and connecting with these people every day. Just like you go into groups, you know, in the US and pull people in for your challenge groups and stuff like that. You should also, you know, add into your power hour, going in and recruiting people in the UK. Okay. So I am going to show you, you know, what I showed Brian when I was down there, and you do the same thing that I'm doing, okay? And I've already gotten probably about 50 UK leads, and I've gotten maybe a dozen or so that are in the group. Inside of this group, we are treating it like a sneak peek and also like new coach training. So we've already done a coach opportunity call, you know, specifically for the UK folks, and talking to them about pre-launch activities and post-launch activities and stuff like that. We're also going to give stories, coach stories, just like we did in our little 3-day sneak peek, but I want coaches, you guys, to volunteer to do your stories, you know, little videos in the group, especially once you start recruiting people in the group. I would love for you to do a little video, go live or something, or add a video. And that way we can keep, you know, doing coach stories, have them keep hearing from our coaches over the next 2 months. We've got 60 days until launch, guys, okay? So, you know, I'm already talking to these coaches how they can go diamond on day one, all right? Because I'm giving them a plan. You know, it's like, hey, you know, you're a personal trainer, you're in contact with a lot of people, all you need is 8 people to sign up, you know? And if you want to, you know, have your 2 emeralds, you know, populate your 2 emeralds, well, you need 12 people, okay? So 8 to 12 people, and you're going to go diamond on day one. And some of them are excited and ready to do it, okay? So, you know, you definitely want to take advantage of this. But we're also going to go in deeper with those coaches that want to learn. I'm going to treat them no different than I do any other coach. I'm going to give them social media training. I'm going to teach them how to handle objections, how to run challenge groups, how to do placement, how to create volume, so that on day one, if they want, they can sign up, you know, all their coaches, all their customers, know how to place them, and they're going to be good to go. So let's get started. I will share my screen. All right. Okay, you can all see that, right? All right. Let me move something out of the way here. Okay, this is my ad that I ran, which, by the way, I kind of modeled it after the ad that Tom was already running, okay? I just modified it a little bit. So you can see my image here. This image right here was a stock image that somebody had already done, basically. And what I did is I put a what is this, a UK flag or a Britain flag behind it. Only problem with this is it counts a little, it's a little beyond the 20% text rule with Facebook. So they give me a warning that, that they're not going to show my ad to as many people as possible. So I would recommend not using my ad, or my picture, because, you know, I probably got less reach because it exceeded the rule, is what they said. But it still ran fine, and I can show you the statistics. I still got really good, I think it went 30,000 people, and I ran it for 2 weeks so far, and I've gotten about 300 clicks on my form. But you can see that the picture is very recognizable. You know, like in the US, you probably wouldn't post this picture, right? Because everybody knows Beachbody. They see Beachbody. You know, you probably wouldn't do this in the US, but in the UK, you know, this is very recognized. I mean, it's recognizable to them too, but it's not like, you know, in the US, right? So they see it, they respond to it, they love the products, right? And when it talks about building your dreams and becoming a coach, they want to click on it and they want to read more, okay? So for me, I can show you mine goes to my blog. Now, do you have to have a blog? No. And I'm going to show you what Brian does too. So he doesn't have a blog. But with mine, I have a blog. And once it loads up here, okay, here's the video by Carl that he did on the Team Beachbody opportunity in the UK. I really wish my site wasn't this.
Hi, I'm Carl Deichler, CEO of Beachbody. For 2 decades, we've refined a world-class approach to combining fitness, nutrition, and peer support.
Okay, so you guys can watch that, you know, later, or you probably already have seen it. I also have a form that they can submit where I grab their basic information. I also give them a video from me talking about myself. You know, so you don't want to send people to my blog because it's, you know, it's for me. And then I tell people about our team and what we have to offer and, you know, why Beachbody is coming to the UK and, you know, so this is my blog, okay, just to give you an idea. But let me show you, where's Brian's? Okay, here's Brian's. Okay, so you can see that his picture is a little cleaner than mine. He reduced his text size to less than 20%. He's got a little different picture, but it's basically the same. Okay, and instead of going to a blog, he goes to a Google form. Okay, so his is pretty simple as well. Basically, ask them a few questions, fill out their name. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Google Forms, they are so simple. I'm just gonna take 2 seconds to go into my Drive. Like, I mean, if you don't have a Google Drive, just create one. And basically you click on New. And then under More, you click on Google Form. Okay, and then there you go, you got a form. And you can, you know, drag and drop questions. You can, you know, pick your banners, pick your colors. It's so simple. I mean, let's see, how can I create a new question? So if I want, I can do first name, right? And there, it automatically switched it to short answer. And then I can duplicate and I can say last name, you know. And oh, if I want it required, there we go, required, right? If I want to drop in a picture, I can just do this. I click on the picture, I drag and drop a picture on there. If I want to do a video, this guy right here, if you want to add Carl's video in, bam, just do this. You can, it'll embed Carl's video right there in the form, so you guys can do exactly what I'm doing. All right. Just name your form, save your form, and you'll be good. All right. Let me go back to here. And then, I mean, you could always, you know, if you don't want to do a form, you could have people comment below, and then you could keep track of them that way and add them into the Facebook group. I prefer the form. That way I can capture people's emails, right? And I can follow up with them. Even if people don't have Facebook accounts, they can still find my blog and Google it and fill it out. So I'm getting a lot of people that way too, even without the use of the Facebook ad. I'm getting people through Google to fill out my form. So that's the ad. Now, how to run an ad? Let me go to to my page. If you guys don't know how to run an ad, I'll just show you real quick. You want to go to create ad. Okay. And what you want is, like, if you were trying to get engagement on a post, like if you want people to comment or like your post, you're going to do an engagement post. Okay. But what I did and what Brian did is we want people to click our link to fill out our form, right? We only want to pay when people click. So I want traffic, okay? So what you can do is just, you know, like campaign name, traffic. I actually did a split test. You don't have to do a split test. That's where you can test out different audiences to see which one performs best. But I'm just going to do a simple one. Okay, so you can see right here, website, that's what we want. Audience, basically, I don't want the United States. I want United Kingdom. The country. There you go. You could even target, you know, London or Wales or you know, you can make it more specific. In case you guys didn't know, United Kingdom does consist of, I don't know, 5 or 6 different countries, different flags. That British flag is only for what, Britain, London, that area, Great Britain, right? Or no, it's I don't know, it's for Britain, right? But there's also like Northern Ireland and Wales and Scotland.
The flag is for England.
Okay.
The British flag is actually for England, Wales, and that area. Ireland and Scotland have their own flags.
Okay, perfect.
Remember that team call from, and the team call from the elite group, Elite Stronghold,
Right.
that they had the UK. Just remember that some people find the Union Jack not
Yep.
all of the United Kingdom. So if you do use a flag, just be wary of that.
Yep. I'm aware of that, but that's what I was saying is if you want to target like the exact country with their flag, you can do that, you know, but you know, for me, I just did all of United Kingdom and I showed them all the England flag. Then
Is there a way I'm sorry, Greg, is there a way, like, I'm not technology savvy, is there a way that you can merge like all the flags or no? Do you know?
No, but you can set up different ad sets. So you can create like one campaign with different ad sets, and each ad set has a different picture. So you could create a different picture for each flag, and then you know you know, each one has a different target. But that gets a little complicated. So, you know, if you guys aren't comfortable, start slow, start with one, you know. So then you can select your age category. So you want to pick people that are near your age, you know. For me, you know, I do like 35 to like 50, you know. Men and women, languages, I leave that blank. And then here you can, you know, search for whatever you want in the UK. Like, you know, what I did was, I think I did UK gyms. I looked up gyms in the UK, and I added those. You could look up, you know, whatever you want in the UK and target.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Can I make a recommendation?
Sure.
A lot of the people, when I was stationed in England, a lot of the people at the military bases were always trying to use their stateside addresses for Beachbody. So I know that there's a huge interest in the military population in regards to Beachbody. So I definitely recommend trying to locate military installations and UK British installations as well, because I know that people are very interested in the product there, just from personal experience. I mean, one of my friends is a Beachbody coach using her stateside address right now over there.
Nice.
So just
Okay.
a heads up.
Okay, that's a great idea. The one caveat there is people in the military in the UK are not free. Only people in the US military are free, right? So that the military rule and veterans only applies to US. It doesn't apply to Canada or the UK yet. So whatever criteria you want to go after people here, you can, you know, and then save that audience. You know, basically I add in all the items to include, and then you can even exclude people. So I exclude typically like Beachbody coaches and corporate, you know, that I may pick up. So I could do like, I could exclude Beachbody employees. There's like Team Beachbody. So coach connections, you know, or Team Beachbody coaches. So, you know, anybody that's in the UK with like a Team Beachbody coach or whatever, I exclude those. And then you set up your budget. Like you want a daily budget of how much you can put, you know, you could put $2 a day, and you could set an end date, and you could say, I want to run this ad for 30 days, right? So that's $60. You know, and basically you continue, and it's going to ask you, you know, give me your image and give me your text, and, you know, you just upload your image here, you know, whatever image you want. I don't know where I have the image, but you just put the image there, and then you can paste in, like right here is your website URL, right? This is where you paste your form. And then it asks you for a headline, and, you know, you could put become a coach in the UK or something. And then here is where we put the text, and we included the link again to our form inside of the text. And then we continue, right? And that's all that there is to it. And, you know, I'll just show you, like here, like I did different split tests, and that's what I was talking about with Stephanie, is you could set up different split criteria. So maybe I want one to go to UK gyms, and I want one to go to UK military. Or maybe I want one to go to Scotland, and I want one to go to England, you know, and I could test different age groups and different amounts. And I can see, like this one right here, it got a reach of 20,000, and I paid 43 cents a click. So that's a click to my form, where this test, I only got a reach of 10,000, and I paid 69 cents a click, right? So, you know, I now know that, you know, this particular ad set does not work as well as this ad set, right? So if I want to run it again, I could, you know, run this ad set again, you know, or add more money to it. So that's the way you do it. But you don't have to spend money, okay? So I want to show you technique number 2. And that is going into UK groups, okay? So basically you just go up to your Facebook graph search, and you could type in, let's see, United, like right here, United Kingdom fitness groups, okay? And it's gonna list groups. You can see right here, there's a fitness instructors UK group, okay? That's got 6,000 members in it. There's a vegan food group for UK. There's a UK moms looking to work from home. That sounds like a good group for some moms to join, for some of our mom coaches. Hint, hint. You know, there's a work from home UK group. There's a UK MLM group. There is Beachbody Workout Support UK and worldwide. That sounds like a good group. Let's check that one out. Oh, that one's already got Michelle Taylor and Dave Franks in it. I don't know what that one is. And Jamie Fitzpatrick. So it's already got some coaches in it. So, but you know, don't feel bad. I mean, like any group that you click on is probably going to have coaches in it already, like moms looking to work from home. Let's check this one out. Like a lot of these groups that I was checking out, I already had, like you can see, I already have friends, like coach friends that are in the group. Some of the groups, like this one's closed, but some of the groups are actually public. Like I think this fitness instructors one was public. No, that one's not public. That one's closed too. But you can join these groups, and you will see some coaches that actually do post in the groups. You know, they post about the Beachbody coaching opportunity. Sometimes they're just, you know, doing the group thing where they comment and like things. A lot of the ones that are public, what I started to do is I didn't even join the groups. I just started like there's a lot of these groups that are like fitness UK groups, and I would just look at the post and look who is posting or look at the members and start messaging them. Didn't friend them. I don't care if they respond or not. I'm just messaging them. And I'm just saying, I look at their profile. I look to see, are they in the UK? Yep. You know, because you got to be careful because a lot of these UK groups have people from all over the world in them. So you got to really check to make sure that they're really in the UK. But I would look to make sure they're really in the UK. I would check out, like, to see, you know, their timeline to see what they're doing and what kind of fitness they're in. And a lot of times they're personal trainers or they're Zumba instructors or they're yoga instructors. And I would just message them and say, you know, something like, you know, hey, you look like you're having a lot of fun being a Zumba. You're having a lot of fun with the Zumba instructing, and you know, you seem to be passionate about fitness, and so am I. And I'm also a top-ranked Beachbody coach, and I don't know if you're aware, but Beachbody makes programs like P90X and Insanity from Shaun T, which you might have heard of, and that's opening up in the UK this October. And now people like yourself, fitness enthusiasts, can become coaches. Is this something that you might be interested in? That's it. That's all I say. And most of the time, I don't hear back. But, you know, if I go into a group, I message 50 people, I probably get 5 responses that say, yeah, I'm interested. Give me more information. Easy. I get their information. I make them a friend then, and then I add them into the group, and I start a conversation with them. You know, I'm like, well, have you ever tried P90, or have you ever tried a Beachbody program like P90X or Insanity? Most of the time they say yes. You know, a couple years ago, did this, did that, whatever, right? And you know, then you can get into discussions with them. So it's really as simple as that. And I can show you something else that I've done is, this is one person that I connected with who said she was interested, Suzanne Richardson, who is in the UK, and she's now in our group, and she is a fitness instructor. And I checked out the groups that I looked at her profile and I checked out the groups that she's in. Okay. And you can see she's in a ton of UK groups, like, and even though they may not say UK, a lot of them are filled with people from the UK. Like, let me see. I know there was a Zumba Friends, right? It's, okay, here's a Zumba Friends, and it's got 7,000 people in it. And yeah, you go in there and you look, and they're most, okay, there's a UK fitness conventions and events. Oh, these are great. These buy-sell groups. I know some coaches like Corey. I mean, he does this in the US where he goes into these buy-sell groups and he advertises his free groups and stuff like that. Well, you can go into these UK groups. You'll see like these buy-sell groups for different areas of the UK. And I've already seen some Beachbody coaches are advertising in there, and they're promoting in there, you know, either their free groups or their challenge groups. And don't be afraid of running challenge groups, because anybody in the UK can get Beachbody on demand. They don't get it. They won't become your customer, but they can get Beachbody on demand through Beachbody, www.beachbody.co.uk. Okay, they can order Beachbody on demand. They can get 14-day free trials. They can join your challenge groups. Okay, they won't become your customer until the 19th, but then on the 19th, they can switch over to you. They'll be able to upgrade to a challenge pack. They'll be able to buy Shakeology from you. They'll be able to sign up as coaches from you. So for now, you just get them signed up on the Beachbody Co. UK site with their Beachbody on demand, and you can start, essentially adding them to your team, your challengers. But yeah, you can see this person here has, tons of groups that she's in, and I haven't even scratched the surface. I think I just clicked on, this fitness instructor one, which has 4,300 members. And you can see it's a public group, so I can see every single post. I can see every single personal trainer. These are all fitness instructors, which are prime candidates for coaches, right? I can see, I don't see any of my Beachbody friend coaches in this group yet, or it would tell me that they're my friends. So this group looks like prime real estate to me. So I've already, messaged a few of these people that are, active and posting and are personal trainers, like this person right here, like, hey, I see you're a yoga instructor. You look like you're like I said, you look like you're passionate about fitness and wonder if the Beachbody opportunity would be something that you're interested in. So, so that's basically it. And, it's just every day. It's, for me anyway, it's a combination of running the ad and going into groups and messaging, 10, 15, 20 people a day, right? See if I get responses. And then if I do, I connect with them, I message them, I gather their information and emails and all that stuff, and then I add them to this group right here, which is our UK group, right? I can see that many of you are already in this group. And you can see, we've already done a webinar. Angela and myself have done this webinar on Monday where we talk about everything. So you can share that webinar with anybody who wants more information. But we also give other information, like I gave them our Premier group. So anybody who wants to sign up for a free trial, we'll get them into our Premier group and they'll experience our challenge group with us, and they'll see how we post as coaches and how we encourage each other and motivate each other. We have a questions thread set up, and I share, what a challenge pack is from Carl, and we're just going to keep sharing every single day, every single week in this group. So, you can, rely on anybody that you add in here is going to be supported, and you should as well. And you should also contact me about getting involved in helping to, run future, host future calls or do a video or whatever to introduce yourself, because we all want to be part of this and take part of this. There's also a UK corporate page, let me see here, that you guys could all be part of. This is open to coaches and people in the UK who want to be part of it. And I already see some of you, like Brian, and there's Stephanie, right? Corporate did a live Facebook Live yesterday, I think, where they talked and did some question and answers. So there's good information in here. But what I plan to do is just relay this information, anything that's important, into our group instead of having every single person join this group. I mean, they can if they want to, but I would rather the information come from us than from corporate and other coaches that are in here. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I can take questions if you guys have questions. Or if you want me to go over anything again. Anyone?
I have a question. This is Elizabeth.
Yes.
So I'm very new, and so I don't know a lot about the ads regardless. And so are you setting up your budget, and no matter what, you pay that amount, and then it allocates the percentage based on how many clicks you get? Or are you paying for the clicks? And then how does it determine how much, how much it's charging?
Yeah, good question. And I am by no means a Facebook expert, and how they figure out how much something costs is still a mystery to me. But I do know that in general, if you select engagement, for example, they're going to charge you. They're going to charge you for clicks, and they're going to charge you for clicks or likes or comments or shares. They're going to charge you for all that. Where if you do traffic, they're just going to charge you for clicks. But I mean, it's still, there's an algorithm, a complicated algorithm that I'm sure no one understands of how much you pay per click, right? And I'm sure it factors in like how many people do they have to show that ad to before they get one person to click it, So I'm sure there's some complicated algorithm. That's why I suggest, I showed you my results, right? And it's like one of my ad sets had 46 cents a click, which is okay, right? It's a lot better than paying 70 cents a click, right? So, I may want to keep working to see if I can get that lower, if I can get it, 10 cents a click, that would be optimal, right? And maybe I want to change the picture. Maybe I want to, like we talked about, maybe I want to change the flag to be a Scotland flag, and I only want to, target. I don't even know if Scotland's in UK, but you get the idea, right? Just that particular area. And then like your budget, is it on this screen? No, I think I have to go back. But you can set up a total budget if you want. So see right here where it says budget, I could do a lifetime budget where I could say I only want to spend $100 over the lifetime of this ad. I kind of prefer a daily budget, and then I set an end date, so you can see that it's only going to spend $2 a day, but it's going to run until September 23rd, and it's going to do a total of $62. It tells you that, right? So I know that I'm not going to go over $62. I'm not going to go over $2 a day. But the benefit of a lifetime budget is, if it needs to go, it obviously it makes it a lot higher, and it probably gives you minimums. But let's see if I can do like $60 lifetime. If it needs to go to $2.50 to get you that click today, it'll do it. So it gives it a little more freedom. But I don't know if it would like spend all your money and then like the last week you don't have any money left. I don't know. I never do lifetime, so. And you can play around with it. I mean, it's not hard. It's all very easy to figure out. But I mean, like I can even set up schedules. So if I only want the ad to show during the business hours of a UK day, right? I know that they're 5 hours ahead of us. So maybe I want it from 12 p.m. through 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, so I can even do that. But I normally just try to keep it simple. And the only thing that I play around with is the targeting criteria. And you don't want, like right now, I'm targeting, you can see 13 million people with my criteria because my criteria is very, very open. But I could limit this to, and I should narrow the audience to, I could do moms, because Facebook knows everything about you. I could do, if I want only moms with a college degree who drive a red Fiat, or Cadillac or whatever, right? I can do that. And the more specific you can get it, the better. So I typically get an audience, I like it around 1 million or less, kind of narrow it down a bit. That's kind of my range that I go for. And, and I think I spent $80 in 2 weeks. So it was $40 a week, but I still hit 20 or 30,000 people that saw my ad, and you can work within whatever budget you have, and like I said, you don't have to spend money. You can do the work, grunt. You could be like I'm doing, going into groups, like you're manually doing what the ad kind of does for you. So if you want to do it manually and save yourself money, do it, The difference is it's like you're reaching out to them instead of them reaching out to you. So that's why I'm kind of doing a combination, Does that make sense?
Yes, it seems like right now is the time before everybody is totally attacking the UK.
Yes.
That now is the time to run ads if you're going to run them.
Yeah. And before it comes saturated, right? I mean, everyone is already attacking the UK. I mean, they're getting it on all fronts from the US and Canada. But no one there is a coach yet, right? And the market is not saturated. So you can, if you ran an ad for coaches in the US, you're probably not going to get very many people because everybody knows a coach and they probably already, have talked to somebody. But in the UK, it's a wide open market and people are really interested in it. And because they've been seeing UK and they've been seeing us be coaches, and Shaun T has been over there for live workouts. One thing that I didn't show you, but you can search, I think I searched Shaun T UK. Yeah. And that brings up a ton. You can see like he's been over there for events and people were commenting on his posts about from the UK and asking him questions. And you could just go through his page alone and pull out all the UK people and probably have 1 million people to work with, So, it's, and honestly, that would be smart because you want people that already have experience with Shaun T or P90X, or, search for words like that in the UK. And those people, like Tiffany said, like, who are on army bases, right? They're already into fitness and they're already doing these programs. Those are the ones that we want. That's the great thing about the ad too, is it shows, and people who know what Beachbody is are the ones that are going to click on the ad, right? So that kind of does that work for you. So, all right. Any other questions?
Just a quick one for me. Sorry, I'm having a lot of internet problems tonight, so it cut out just at a critical point. When people click on the ad, where does it take them? Do you set up a form for them to fill out, or?
Yes. So in Brian's ad here, right? This, for me, it goes to my website. But for you guys that don't have websites, see, this is a Google form, and this is Brian's form right here, right? And I even showed you how to create a form. So you can watch the recording and go back and figure out how to create a form. But it'll take you like, me and Brian did this one together in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, thanks. Also, when I came back from New Orleans, I sat beside a person who told me that their team was already recruiting coaches, and at that point they already had 50 in a queue.
Yes.
So it's been going on for a while.
Oh yeah, Melanie Mitro, I'm sure she's got hundreds or thousands, who knows, so yeah, we're kind of, I'm sure we're ahead of many, but we're, definitely behind a lot of the top coaches who have been recruiting for a while. So, but it's a huge country, millions of people. I don't know how many millions of people are there, so, and there are so many that love Beachbody products, have already purchased Beachbody products, and they don't know about the coaching opportunity. So there are, I would say, like, if there's 20 of us on the call, let's all start going and see how many people we can get into this pre-launch group in the next 60 days. If we can if we can get 100 people to sign up on our team, you know, on launch day, that's huge. That's a success, right? I mean, that's awesome. So, and just think, if you sign up, you know, a Melanie Mitro from the UK, you know, I mean, just look at Canada now. I mean, Canada is the leading our market, right? They recruit the most coaches, they get the most challenge packs, they win every Team Cup challenge by a landslide, because that market is not nearly as saturated as the US market, right? And that's what's going to happen in the UK. Coaches in the UK are going to take over that top spot. And if the more of those we can get on our team, the better. All right. But it just takes diligent. I mean, I'll tell you, it's hard work, you know, messaging finding people, messaging them, following up with them. And it's not over when you get them in the group. You got to follow up with them. You got to keep talking to them. You got to keep them engaged for the next 60 days. You got to get them into your challenge groups and get them on Beachbody On Demand and treat them just like you would a brand new challenger or coach, right? You got to love on them, you know? And so, you know, if you do that, it's going to pay off. You know, I can guarantee you, not for, you know, 60 days, but it's going to pay off eventually. All right, well, we will stop here, and I'll stop the share and stop the recording.